I'm back to share another 10 Cricut secrets to help you save time, money, and even frustration. For some of these, you'll wish you had known about them sooner, and others will make you want to try them immediately. And by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to stretch your crafting budget, cut down on your prep time, and avoid project fails that we've all experienced at least once. Tip number 1. Over time, your Cricut blade, no matter which machine you use, will collect dust, fuzz from cutting cardstock, and even tiny pieces of vinyl. And before you get so frustrated with bad cuts and you grab a new blade, try this first. Take a piece of aluminum foil and ball it up tightly. Then take your blade and with the button pushed in at the top, extending the blade out, jab it into the foil 5, maybe 10 times, but be careful not to poke your hand, and that's it. The blade comes out clean and is ready to get back to cutting. Some will say that doing this will sharpen your blade, but that's simply not true. Now, if you go back to cutting and you're still getting bad cuts, then yes, it's probably time for a new blade, but definitely try this hack first. Tip number 2. This one is especially important when you're working with a new material or you're left with one piece and you can't afford to waste it. Before you commit to cutting your design, do a test cut first. Go into Design Space, pull up a small simple shape, a heart, a star, a square, a circle, a triangle, something small. Then cut that in the corner of your material before you do anything else. You'll be able to see exactly how the machine handles the material. Is the blade pressure right? Is it cutting all the way through? Is it tearing or lifting? You find that out on a tiny shape, not on your full design. I can't tell you how many times this has saved me from ruining the one piece of specialty cardstock or vinyl I had left. 30 seconds for a test cut, well worth it. Tip number 3. Let's say you're right in the middle of a project and you realize you need a specific color or pattern of cardstock, but you don't have it on hand. Before you stop everything, check your vinyl stash. If you have that color or pattern in vinyl, you can apply it directly onto plain cardstock that you have laying around. Lay it down smooth and use the brayer tool to press it firmly so it adheres without any bubbles or lifted edges. And looky there, you just made the cardstock you needed without leaving the house. Now, get even more creative and apply a different color or pattern vinyl to each side. You now have something unique that you can't even buy in a craft store. This is especially helpful if you're making like cake toppers or paper crafts where both sides are going to be visible. Tip number 4. Let's say you're working with layered vinyl and you need everything to line up perfectly. What do? Grab a piece of transfer tape and start with your top layer. Peel that design right up off its backing sheet. And instead of eyeballing where it goes, take a piece of parchment paper and cover the back of that top layer. Vinyl won't adhere to parchment paper, so you can position your design exactly where you want it on the next layer down before you commit. Once it's exactly where you want it, remove the parchment paper and press your design down. You get perfect alignment every time. Repeat that process, working your way down through each layer. You only need one piece of transfer tape for the entire project. Make sure it's large enough to handle the full design once all the layers are together. This method easily allows you to get perfect alignment for your design. Tip number 5. This one's a mat saver. If you're cutting, say, glitter cardstock or felt or any material that sheds a lot of debris, your mat gets damaged fast, as you can see with the mat I'm using here. But there is a fix. Before you place your material on the mat, add a piece of transfer tape to the back of the material and then lay that on your mat. When you go to cut it, the tape acts as a barrier. All the glitter and fibers from that material are going to stick to the transfer tape instead of getting embedded into your mat. When you're done, peel the tape and your material right off. Your mat stays clean and sticky for way longer. You can see here that there are no orange fibers on my mat. This little hack has seriously extended the life of my mats. Tip number 6. Ever applied vinyl to something and ended up with bubbles trapped underneath or didn't get it in the right position the way you wanted it? Don't panic, there's a fix. Take a spray bottle and fill it with warm water and just a couple of drops of dish soap. With your design already cut and weeded, lightly mist the surface that you're applying your design to before laying it down. Now, here's how this works. That thin layer of soapy water lets you slide the vinyl into position and smooth out any bubbles before it adheres. You can reposition it until you have it exactly where you want it. Once it's perfectly placed, take a squeegee or even a credit card and push the water and any trapped air towards the edges. Now you're supposed to let it dry fully before peeling the transfer tape, but I'm kind of impatient, and if you're careful and peel slowly, you can peel that transfer tape back and press it on any stubborn pieces as you go. This is called the wet method. It's a game changer for getting rid of bubbles and being able to position your design exactly where you want it. Tip number 7. Have you ever gone to weed a design and accidentally pulled up something you weren't supposed to? I have messed up more designs than I care to even mention. So here's what you do. Before you send anything to cut, add a simple box around each design right there on your canvas and attach that box to each design individually. When your designs come off the mat, every single element has its own boundary box around it. So instead of having to weed one giant sheet and hoping for the best, you can work through each one at a section at a time. No guessing where your design ends and the next one begins. Take your time, weed each box, move to the next, clean weeding every time. Tip number 8, do not throw away your mats. I know when they stop being sticky, it feels like they're done. But before you spend more money on new ones, take it to the sink. Add a small drop of dish soap and use a soft brush or your fingertips to gently scrub the surface in circular motions. And then use a scraper or a credit card to kind of push that dirt off the mat. Then rinse it with lukewarm water and let it air dry completely. Once it's dry, the tackiness comes back. You can do this more than once. I can't remember the last time I bought a new mat. You can also use LA Awesome that you get at the dollar store, baby wipes, and even Windex, but dish soap is my preferred method. Tip number 9, want to make your vinyl projects a little more special? Grab some holographic or glitter laminate and apply it right over your vinyl of choice, similar to how you would apply it to sticker paper. I use a felt ruler to apply it right over the vinyl. It has a gorgeous sparkle effect and it protects your design from scratches and fading. You may need to add a little more pressure when you go to actually cut your design, but this effect looks amazing on tumblers, car decals, gifts, or anything you want to stand out. And honestly, it looks like you spent way more than you did on your projects. And tip number 10, save your scraps. I know it's tempting to toss those little leftover pieces of vinyl out, but keep them. I tossed mine in a box. To show you one way to use your scraps, I've cut several colors into various widths and lengths, and then I line them up on my mat side by side with no space in between them. You can then run this through your Cricut like any other project, and when you go to weed your design, you have part of it on each color vinyl. You then take a piece of transfer tape to lift them up together and apply it to whatever tumbler, laptop cover, or notebook you want. Over time, your scrap bin becomes its own supply stash. Every piece has value. Don't throw them away. Hopefully you found this helpful and learned a few things. If you've got tips and tricks to share, leave them in the comments below. And don't forget to click that subscribe button and notification bell. We put out new content weekly. Thanks for watching and happy crafting.